Howdy there, ladies and gentlemen, it is review time once again, and today's review comes in the shape of the latest film by J.J. Abrams called Super 8. Now, Super 8 has been a film shrouded in mystery from the time it was released. Now, when it first got announced and then when the teaser trailer came out, everybody was speculating as to what was in that cargo on that train when it derailed. Everybody wanted to know, and then there was a whole lot of suspicions about it. A lot of people argued that it was extraterrestrials, or some people thought that it was going to be a robot like in the Iron Giant, or some people speculated about some form of monster that was in there. But J.J. Abrams happened to be very quiet about the film up until a few months before the film's release, and slowly but surely more information started to get out about the film. And I think most of us that know the sci-fi genre of film pretty much knew what was inside of that train from the time the teaser trailer came out. And so now we're here, and I've seen the film, and it was really cool. So let's move on to the story of Super 8, which basically involves a group of kids who happen to be making a monster movie using a Super 8 camera. And while filming their movie, the group of children happen to witness a train derailing, causing a lot of damage and destruction. And from the wreckage in one of the cargo holds, something escapes and finds its way into the town of Littleton, Ohio. And to be honest, that's just about the story of Super 8 in a nutshell, without going about into the area of spoilers. I found the story of Super 8 to be a very interesting film, full of suspense, action, a lot of drama, and a lot of humour, surprisingly enough. The story crafted in this film by J.J. Abrams is a very interesting one. One that I feel that I've seen somewhere before, but at the same time it feels completely fresh and is very interesting. And in this world of summer movies, it is a very refreshing feeling to go about and see a film like this in the cinema at this current point in time. All of the cast of Super 8 are wonderful in their roles, especially the three main roles played by Joel Courtney as Joe, Ellie Fanning, sister who plays Alice, and you have Kyle Chandler, who happens to be Joe's father, as Jack. The rest of the other cast members are wonderful and bring a lot of interesting types of emotions and dimensions to their characters, and is mainly just down to the group of children who happen to witness this incident and all of the different things that take place after the incident. They are just surprisingly full of humour, and I enjoyed watching them on screen immensely. Now, as for the presentation in the film, it is just wonderful. The cinematography crafted by Larry Fong is just wonderfully done. There's a lot of interesting camera work here, and the soundtrack crafted by Michael Giacchino is just wonderful. I am a big fan of Mr. Giacchino's work, and his soundtrack here, while very subtle, happens to reach all those emotional points when it needs to. It's very tense, and at the same time it's fairly dramatic as well, and it illustrated all the scenes wonderfully. Overall, Super 8 was a surprising film. From the trailers, you're not sure exactly what to make of it. You know that there's something going on in the film, but you're not sure how everything is going to go about and play out. But the cool thing about Super 8 is that even though you watch the trailer, the film is a completely different beast. It plays out in a completely different way from what I expected in the trailers, and that's what I found very good about the film. It's a film that keeps you guessing even after you go about and try to suss out what it is about from when you watch the trailers as well. And surprisingly enough, I found some similarities to certain films like Jurassic Park, possibly E.T., and some other Spielberg-related films. But the surprising comparison I found throughout the film was to the Gareth Edwards film Monsters. When I happened to see Monsters last year and then watched Super 8, there was a good amount of comparisons I happened to make in that film involving the way in which the central characters were handled and how they were put inside of the film surrounding these amazing events, and then how they sort of crossed over each other and then met with each other throughout the film. And by the way, I did do a review on Monsters last year, so if you want to go back and take a look at that, feel free to do so. So, overall, I'd give Super 8 a 8.5 out of 10. It was a very, very interesting film, full of action, suspense, drama, scenes of fear, and all that good stuff that you expect from a science fiction film. So yeah, that's been my review of Super 8. Hopefully you found it informative, and as always, as I always say, look forward to the next review when it shows up. So again, from me, this is the Hypersonic 55 signing out.